The question I ask when I first meet people is what's something fun right now in your work, or what's something that you're really proud of right now in your work? And I find this helps me get to know somebody, what they're working on, what they find important right now. It really sets us up for a great conversation and a great connection when I'm first getting to know someone. However, people will say, "Oh, I love helping people, whatever their specialty is, move better, see better, hear better." That's great. And then my next question is, what part of that do you most love? What part of that is your favorite? What I really want you to continue to ask yourself is asking the question to get to the point where you know that exact moment that you love. That moment when they realize they can put weight on their leg again. That moment when a little child first puts their glasses on and sees their mom's face. Focus through your day. What are those moments when you see someone's face light up when you realize when the brevity of this situation hits with their cancer diagnosis and they look to you realizing that you're going to be the one that supports them. And you love that moment where they realize that I'm going to be there with them through this. What is that moment? Who are the patients, not the demographics, right? I think so often we're taught to have our ideal client or our ideal patient. I know I was taught this originally as the demographics, right? If you looked behind the demographics, who are they? What do they love? What are they into? What lights them up? Here's the thing. I talk about developing your practice and making your dream practice inevitable, going from bored and burned out to doing what you love. I help you make your dream practice inevitable. Okay. And this is part of that. Having this feeling sense, this moment that you love, and then you take steps toward that and you curate the entire experience for your patients and for you toward that moment. Okay. I'm updating my keynote presentation for when I do a public speaking for organizations and for associations and all of that. And there's this story I tell in there, and I want to share this moment with you. There was a provider that I worked with. He was a cataract surgeon. And the moment that he loved was this moment when it was the 1 week post-op after cataract surgery, and patients read the eye chart and realized they could see. But he was also hearing patients say, "Well, yeah, that's great. I can see distance just fine, but I can't read." Where I coach my people here is what's the smallest thing, the smallest step that you can take toward that goal. Okay. This is what's going to make it inevitable because people so often make it so big that to consistently commit over the long term isn't easy. Then you miss a day and then you beat yourself up, right? Like if I want to get fit, I'm not going to go to the gym 5 times a week for the next however many weeks. I'm going to miss the day, right? And then I would beat myself up. Now, maybe that's not you, but that's me and a lot of my clients. Okay. But what I could commit to was dancing like an idiot to one song or two songs, then three songs while I was in the kitchen in the evening. If I was home making dinner, then I could commit to dancing like an idiot for one song and then it grew, right? So when we're consistent and it grows, right, then we're taking these steps and we're making our dream practices inevitable. Okay. So back to healthcare. we worked together and through one of our vendors, through one of our suppliers, got some reading glasses. Okay. They were $1. Our cost was $1 and handed those out to these patients. Here you go. Give them a try. Can you read this? And it was like their post-op notes or their handwritten instructions. Here, read that. Or your phone, take your phone out. Kind of before phones were a big deal. This dates me. I know. Um, but then they could see. There was a gentleman, he had immigrated to be with his kids that had come over many years earlier, successful careers and families, and he had come to join them. And you could tell this was a proud, hardworking man that just kind of like he was really happy with his result, but he didn't communicate so well. There was a language barrier, but we realized that he couldn't see to read. And so we gave him one of these pairs of reading glasses and he had some reading and this proud, strong man started to weep, to well up into tear. And he thought for a minute and we kind of just waited, the doctor and I. And he said, "Now I can work again to support my family." This was a huge moment in this patient's life. This is 25 plus years ago and it still makes me cry. That's the moment. What is that moment for you? For me, it's when you realize that you can have the practice of your dreams. So, what happens next? Every reason you can't have it starts to come up. Right? That's where having this core foundation, having those core beliefs shifted, where you realize how impactful you are in your world, where you have built empowered and authentic relationships, knowing that systems and structures support you, that you're creating something new, that you have nobody to follow, that you are going to become a leader, that it does not have to be heavy and stressful, that it gets to be fun and filling, and that you get to have your authentic, prosperous, and profitable dream practice. And that moment when you've said, "Yes, I want this. Yes, this is what I want. Yes, this is the feeling since I'm going for." And then we talk through all of these moments of why it can't work. And I remind you of what you know. And then there's this moment where, "Mm, oh, oh, wait, I can do this. Oh, this can happen." Those are the moments. Those are the moments that I love. Those are the moments that I'm here for, that I have these programs and that I love that individual personal time of coaching you personally. For every program I have time for you and I to work together to see those moments. It's what I love. So everything I do is curated toward that. Every experience I have is curated toward that. Okay. What is it you love? What is the feeling sense that you love? And what is the tiniest step that you can take to move yourself toward that goal? Okay. What is the tiniest action that you can take that when it compounds and grows, continues to further this momentum of moving you toward that goal? You got this. Your dream practice is inevitable. I'll see you soon.